sort of control. So testing, we are part of UNBS. So we do the testing. Samples come in from different places. Most samples come in through product certification. Those are the people abagara kabonero. Those are the majority. Then the next number of samples we get in are people who just walk in, they want to test their products. Then we have samples that come in from imported products. Those are imports. And then we have our team of market surveillance. That is the one that checks whether whatever we are doing is working or whether there are some people who went through the cracks. So they also get those samples from market surveillance. So those are the major sources. Then we have standards development. When a standard is being developed, that is sort of research. So the samples come in here. The samples that are internal, those are the ones from the departments, may go through some waiving processes. Otherwise, when you are coming from out, you pay, you make a payment. So the first point here is to verify a payment. So the most common thing we experience with clients is we give them testing fees. How much does this cost? Is this done? And all that. So now we deal with products across the board. All products that are used in Uganda. Some of them you can see, the wines around here, maybe construction materials, you've seen them, the mattresses. So all sorts of products, including even military hardware, though that one doesn't come here, it is tested on site. And then some other bulky items like transformers, those are tested on site, they are not brought here. So once they come here, we have a system that we use. It's a laboratory information management system. That's where we enter them, assign them a lab identification number, and then we have a colleague who helps us distribute them into the different testing points. We have electrical, we have microbiology, we have chemistry, we have petroleum, and then electrical, and then engineering materials. So that's what happens here. We get the samples, we interact with the clients, identify them, then have them tested in the different departments. How long does it take for one to get feedback on their products? It doesn't depend. For us here, it's simply fast in, fast out. So whichever sample comes in first is the one that goes out. Is expected to go out first. For instance, if one has brought a mattress. But a mattress? Yeah, in case one has come here with a mattress and wants it to be inspected and for how long does it take for that person to get response on when the test? When it comes to a mattress, that the tests are usually physical, so those ones are very brief. It's usually within 10 working days you have the results. Our maximum, we go up to 20 working days for any sample, so that's the limit. Though there are some other items which naturally take more days, like cement, there is a 28-day test, so that one will naturally exceed the 20 working days. Yes. I have heard so many people, especially those dealing in beverages, saying that the protocols and whatsoever here are too high and much, and that's why they are not interested in bringing some of these products here. What exactly happens when they get here? You make life for them hard, that they protocols tend to run away. They say that when bringing in some, they are here with their products. Now it's about the expectation. Once you come here, you want to tell us exactly what you want. Once you tell us what you want, then we are able to know how to help you. The challenge is when maybe you do not know and you send a border man. So that is difficult. Or you send a lawyer. So the lawyer cannot make a complete decision on your behalf. Yet we have to go through that intermediary. That's usually what makes the process much longer.
After samples have been received at the main sample reception, we verify them here. Why? Because clients are not supposed to interact with us, with the technical people, so we shouldn't know who has brought in a sample. So the guys at the main sample reception receive samples and give them codes. Hope you've seen them, the lab numbers. So here what we do, we verify the state of the sample, and the quantity. Okay? So after we verified the quantity and the state, and they conform to our requirements, we go ahead to receive what? The samples. So we have laboratory information management system. When a client brings in a sample here, he doesn't come back with certificate. So he just gives his email address. After we've done analysis and they have been verified through the system, the certificate goes automatically to the email that the client visited us with. So our systems are automated, or it's a system. So, and the different analysts have different levels of access. So after we've received the sample there, it is verified here. These people here feed it into the system. I'm able to see, and other people, depending on the level of what? Access. Okay? So we move in the lab. Sure. So our labs are access controlled. That's because access is controlled and it's biometric to ensure it's only lab staff that gets into here. We have different, our labs are portioned into so many rooms depending on the analysis, because we have different types of analysis that we carry out. So at the entrance here, we have chemical storage. This is our inorganic. Those of you who still remember hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, this is where we keep them. Then this other one is the organic, the petroleum based. We use them a lot for sample cleaning. So this first branch here, this is one of our most respectable rooms. These are reference material preparation standard room. As we do analysis, we must have something we compare with that is known. So this is a room where we keep our reference materials. For example, if I'm to carry out simple terms, the DNA that you all know or you hear, there must be something you are comparing with. Okay? So in this room here, with these reference materials, we value them so much, we take them as equipment, because without them, the equipments are useless. So these are chemicals. For example, if I want to find out, let's say, aflatoxin, I must have a standard that I compare with and quantify. Okay? So this is the room. The analysts are supposed to pick a small portion and dilute from here and prepare from here. Okay? This is our also reagent preparation room. Normal reagents like the acids, as I've told you, because we receive, for example, hydrochloric acid at 11. Controlling this room. So if we've received samples in the system, we're supposed to allocate to analysts. So the analysts are able to see in the system, I'm given this lab number 001. So that analyst is supposed to come to the technicians and they issue out the what? The samples for traceability purposes and to keep the integrity of samples. So this other room here, this is where we keep our perishables, the milk, the yogurt, the tissues. So this is the room for perishable samples, because not all samples are kept at room temperature. UNBS, as they've taken you through, I think we have the mandate of finished products. So we have quite a number of products, building materials, food materials, cosmetics, name it. Posting there, we go ahead and quantify, because some other equipments are very sophisticated that you first have to be sure there is something, then you go ahead and what? And quantify. So we analyze antibiotic residues or veterinary drug residues in tissues. Chicken, remember chicken all the time are feeding on those tetracyclines. antibiotics. And our weights are very micro, so we need analytical balances, not these balances of having masses, the ones you see in the markets. So these are the balances that we use, and each time we have to weigh, our analysts come in here and do the weighing. We use it to confirm the antibiotic residues in case they are in foods. Any contaminant in food, as long as you have a standard. This machine is very helpful. We can also use it for preservatives. Remember, there are a lot of preservatives in these drinks we take, as well as the drinks we give our children. So this machine, as well as doing pesticides analysis, the herbicides that we use, so the residues in foods, because you remember you spray on the grass, so you may find those chemicals may be persistent. As you plant there, they grow up with our food.
Quantity of the sample taken, the volume, how much have I weighed and how much volume have I constituted. Then now to calculate the value that I've gotten here, then get the actual amount of that element in the sample.
I think by hearing the word toxin, they are dangerous to our lives, to our bodies. So the mycotoxins, we have the aflatoxins. Hope you've heard of them in the cereal and cereal products. We also have ochratoxin in coffee. We have which other contaminants are that? Fumonisin in steel cereals. So that popular mycotoxin, the aflatoxin you've heard of in maize flours. It's one of our areas that we are really competent in. So you find that some of these analyses are very specialized, that they are done in separate rooms. This one is very peculiar. You can see in the windows. We have no windows in this particular room because light affects our mycotoxins. So the sample preparation is done here. Sample preparation, that is more chemistry and taking forward. This is chromatography, which is said you. So these ones, we use them for quantifying methanol in alcohol. Hope you've heard of methanol. Yeah, it's depending on the level. It is very, in some levels, if it is too high, it leads to death. Moderate levels, people become blind. Those who drink alcohol, if methanol is there, it's like a contaminant. It's not supposed to be what? To be there. People are interested in ethanol, not methane. The alcohol. Ethanol is the one that makes people change the brain, become unstable, and they always contaminate themselves. Hope you are not perfect. High performance, blah blah, those technical things. So this equipment is used to quantify after the samples are prepared. They bring them here ready to be quantified. It is used to quantify for mycotoxin, caffeine.
I had a word that killed me. What was
that? That is methanol.
How sweet.
So some of you also contaminate yourself with caffeine. These are the equipments that are what? Are used to quantify the caffeine level.
So a product with caffeine is tested from here. Is that what it means?
Yeah, we are able to test from here.
Okay.
So what? Are interested in them? We have a full room just to handle alcohol products. You see different products.
Janina Abakugu is my name. Standard officer, analyst, microbiology section. Under UNBS, we have many labs, but specifically, this is the microbiology lab. Under the microbiology lab, we have different units. We have the office area, where you people found us. So when you cross there, you have come into the laboratory. That's why when you cross there, you have to change all the clothing, the shoes, your hair, and everything. Left at a specific temperature and pressure. Why are we autoclaving it? To make sure that the real food we are giving to our microorganisms is indeed sterile. It is free from any other microorganism, so that you do not say someone's product is failing, yet in actual sense it was from your what? Your media. Are we together? So now this is the media that has come out of the autoclave. It is waiting for cooling and labeling, then being taken to the fridge.